paints before, and acrylic paints or these like kind of little paints. Has everybody used these kind of paints before?
Yes.
Okay, so you know if this gets on your skin, it'll come off. You just have to wipe it off. You can pick it off, wipe it off. If it gets on your clothes, it really won't come off unless you wipe it right away with a wipe. If you get it on the tablecloth, doesn't matter because we're not going to save that. If you get it on here, doesn't matter. So yeah, take your time. The thing with acrylic paints is they dry really fast. So that's great because we can paint fast. But the thing with acrylic paints is they dry really fast, which is bad because sometimes you want to mix your colors and it's already dry. But you can always paint right on top of an acrylic paint. Don't worry about making a mistake because art's supposed to be fun, right? And I've never met a mistake that I can't help you fix. And I like to call mistakes discoveries because when you make a discovery, you're like, you learn something. So you'll make a discovery instead of a mistake. You'll make a discovery and we'll figure out how to fix it, okay? So the first thing I'm gonna want you guys to do is I want you to come over and think about how you want your painting to be. Do you want, first of all, think about your background. I brought some blues in case you wanted to make it look like a sky. The one thing you want to remember, if you're going to paint the truck a really bright color, then you want your background to be a light color so it stands out. So you always want it to be opposite. So we can share paints too. Like if you see one, these are metallic colors right there. If you see a color that somebody else picked and you like it, we just share it, okay? So you guys are good at sharing, I'm sure. So pick your colors and think about, you have to pick a color for the pumpkin, pick a color for the truck. You have to pick a color for, let me see what else, the truck, the pumpkin, the background, and the ground you could just, if you want it, you could just make it brown like it's dirt.
Make it green?
You can make it green, absolutely. So take a few minutes to do that. And you can decide too, the other thing you can say to yourself is, you know, I don't like the color of this green, so I'm going to change the color of the truck, and I'm going to do the background a different color, and you know, so you get to design this however you want to. Pretend that this is the truck you're going to own when you get older and drive.
Okay.
If you want a sparkly truck, you know, pick a really fun color, and I brought sparkles. We can put sparkles on afterwards after we paint it. So it'll be a lot of fun. And your pumpkin, you don't have to do a orange pumpkin. You could do a white pumpkin, or you could do a purple pumpkin, or whatever color. Think about too where you want to put this painting. Like if it's going to go in your bedroom, like maybe there's a color in your bedroom that you absolutely love, and you want to have that color go with that.
Okay.
Can I use the blue?
Yeah.
Can I use the green that you have?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's perfect. You just get
I
it.
love
Yeah, very pretty. Very pretty. So if you're
And I
already
also grabbed the
done, do you know, are you going to do your pumpkin orange or are you going to do your pumpkin? Okay, good. So use a Sharpie marker to outline your pumpkin. Pick an orange color and outline your pumpkin. It's hard to hold on to. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. So just go ahead and outline the pumpkin and the stem part. You know that stem? I have a few brown Sharpies. Sure.
What I'm gonna do for that.
Yeah, that's fine because we'll do the background last. Yeah, outline those as well. Yeah, because they're going to be your shadow areas. So what I want you to be able to do is paint right over it and not worry about it. So that's why we do the Sharpie, because that allows us to still see the lines when we're done. I always draw the painting for everybody, so we spend time painting, not the drawing, because drawing is fun, and but that's a whole other type of art, and it's a whole other type of technique. And I find that takes a little bit longer to get right, so that's why I draw it for you.
Can I do black for my white pumpkin?
Yeah, sure, absolutely, that'll be good. It'll set it off really nice.
What about the stem? Should I trace
I would do that brown, yeah. You can do whatever color you want, but yeah, use the brown Sharpie to do the stem if that's the color you want to do it.
I think I'll use that after. And then
Okay.
you can have.
Oh yeah, I was looking for a green.
So the other thing is, first part we're going to work on is we'll work on our truck color. Okay, so that's the first area we're going to paint. And when you're painting, there's a lot of different brushes that you have in front of you. Some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller. So you want to decide on the area that you're going to paint. We're going to do the truck part. So you probably want to pick, this might be a good paintbrush. It's this yellow one. It's in like size number 12, it says on it. And it's called a filbert because it's kind of rounded like that. So these are kind of my favorite filberts. I like those a lot because they're just easy to paint with. And when you are going to paint, let me me see what colors you're deciding for your, so go ahead and tell me what color you're gonna do for your, ooh, that's pretty for your truck. I like that, very pretty color. That's gonna be great because you'll be able to see your lines, no problem. So, because it's a nice light color. Okay, so how about you, which color are you gonna use? Very pretty too, and you should be able to see your, yeah, you'll be able to see your lines, no problem. Okay. Okay, so that's a really pretty color. All right, now that color is a little bit darker. So what we're gonna have you do is I'm gonna have you take the blue Sharpie, and the blue Sharpie is gonna look like that. But the thing is, I just want you to be able to see these lines when you paint over it. So it won't be an exact match, but it'll be covered up, so it won't matter. So do all of your lines in your car with this Sharpie so that when you paint over it, you'll be able to see it, even back up here and stuff. Okay, so you get started on that. Okay, and you guys go there. So you're gonna do red, I love that. Okay, so I'm gonna have you do this with your truck. Do it outline, even though it's a little different color, but I just wanna make sure you can see your lines, because when you paint it red, chances are you won't be able to see your lines. So do all your lines with that. Okay, I'm here for that. I'm thinking you're gonna be fine with yours. Yours is pretty light too. It's the darker, like the red and the dark blue. I love it though. Don't let that change your mind, because I do like those dark colors. Very pretty. Okay, so for the first thing, after they're done doing their Sharpie on their lines, then we'll start painting. Well, we can get started. You guys can get started. Now, what I'll do is you're gonna have, is this yours or?
Oh, I'll just put this.
Okay, this is yours. Okay, so let's put this here. And what you want to do is you want to be careful with these paints because they're going to come out fast. You don't need a lot of paint. If you pour a lot of paint on the plate, don't worry about it. I can always just either put it back in the bottle or we can get rid of it. It doesn't matter once you're done with it. So pick the color, and is this the one that you decided? Shake it up really good, because what happens, oh, that's the color, okay. Sorry, so go ahead and shake it up really good, and then put like, I would say like the size of a nickel on your plate. And that's
isn't working.
Oh, your Sharpie's not working. Okay, try.
That
You know
one.
that happens all the time. Try this one. Yeah, I know it's pink, but it'll blend right in. So go ahead. I know sometimes they're really hard to get open because the paint sticks. See, it's like a pink big blob on the top there. But good, that's perfect. Now, when you go ahead and you paint, it's kind of like, do you remember when you were, when you used to color and you would like sort of trace the shape of what you were coloring? Do you ever to kind of help you stay in the lines? You can decide that's like the way I like to paint, or you can decide, you know what, I'm just a free artist, I can do whatever I want to do, that's fine. But you're going to go around your pumpkin, okay? You're not going to go right through it.
Yep.
But all of this, you can go right through it. All of the other parts, everybody see that? You can go right through. This pumpkin we won't, because we're going to use orange, and you would be able to see that pretty much. But all of this other part, you can go all through those lines, okay? This is going to be black because it's the tires, so just don't do the tires. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So one thing I always tell people too when you're painting, always make sure, you don't have to put your brush in water because these paints are pretty watery. It's not a problem if you did, but you don't really have to. The only time you have to put it in water is when you're done with it, so that the brush doesn't dry. Oh, I'll get it for you. Now, other thing, oh, that looks great. That looks really good. Do this down here as well so that you don't miss that one too. Okay, there you go. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is you're gonna do the truck. And you're gonna get your colors, mix it up or shake it up really good. I like yours already, I like that pink color. Okay, shake it up really good. Go ahead, shake, shake, shake. And then put about as much as those guys did. You guys did a great job. Sometimes you get people and they do really a lot of paint and squeeze and it fills up the whole plate. So if you can't get it open, just let me know. Let me just get, oh, you got it. Let's call it a little paint jam, that thing, a paint jewel. So yeah, you just put on there, and the nice thing is take your time and relax. This should be fun. It shouldn't be where you try to race and get through it. Take your time and enjoy yourself, okay? So you want to start, and you're going to paint all of this here, and you're going to paint around your pumpkin, around your stem, this, all of this. Now, you could actually, if I look at the picture, they actually do this part a different color. You could decide you want to do that. You could even decide you want to do this part a different color. Does everybody see the parts I'm talking about? Yeah, so you can decide either you want to do it all that same color, or
I
you
brought
want
like a color over for
perfect, okay.
Are we allowed to do like the walk-on sign a different color?
Absolutely, you are allowed to do whatever you want, basically.
Are we allowed to use this brush to get around the pumpkin?
Yes, if you are more comfortable with that brush, definitely. It might take you a little bit longer to paint, but it's okay, we're not in a hurry, right? The other thing is you see the fall
I'm
sign?
using the tiny brush.
You see this fall sign? You probably want to leave that white for right now, and so go around that with the color you're gonna paint. Just don't paint the sign, because you could decide you want to leave it white and blank, or you could say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna make that a totally different color. I'm gonna make that orange, or I want to make. So give yourself the freedom to do that. The picture is only suggestions of how to do it. It's not. There's nothing that's saying it has to look. First of all, you all pick different colors, right? And second of all, you're the boss of your painting. Like, you're the boss, so you get to tell the painting what you want it to look like. So any questions, just let me know, and I will stop and help you. I'm always amazed at how everybody just has their own unique way of painting, and everybody's looks different, even though we're doing the same drawing of the paint. You know, we're doing the same picture, but everybody's always looks different, which I love. Okay, so I'm going to turn it